Imagine this, you get to travel all around the world, test drive cars from high-end luxury to rugged performance. Now, this just isn't a dream job, it's the foundation behind Automotive Rhythms.
The evolution of Automotive Rhythms, it's a humble beginnings. You know, me and my father are both from the inner city of Camden, New Jersey, and he was always a writer, and that was his passion. He worked for the Afro and then the Washington Post, and he created this column, you know, to help educate blacks on how to purchase cars, since it's the second biggest purchase you'll make next to a home. And typically, you know, we would buy a car first opposed to investing in real estate, et cetera, et cetera. So he wanted to break down the pros and cons of how, when, where, and he started the first car magazine for our kind called African Americans on Wheels. And this was back when I was in college at Georgia Tech, so it was pretty fascinating. And he was getting these cars every week, and I'm like, what in the world? And as he would put it, he's like, yeah, I used to steal cars, now they give me cars.
Having his dad as his teacher, Kamatni went on to finish his degree at Georgia Institute of Technology, later working for some of the leading car manufacturers in the nation, and in 2001 launched Automotive Rhythms.
So Automotive Rhythms is literally the urban automotive experience. And in today's culture, you know, vehicles are paramount, not only for styling, but, you know, also for, you know, your lifestyle pillars. You know, it doesn't just get you from A to B. Now, today's cars, you're interconnected with them. They interface with the technology of your phone, your habits, and you can implement that into the vehicle. In fact, most vehicles are computer-based and not as mechanical and engineer-based as they used to be. And that's why STEM programming is so important today in terms of its correlation with automotive. So our job is to showcase the other offerings and then compare those offerings to the emotional state that the typical brands, you know, have given us over decades.
His knowledge and expertise spans over 3 decades, driving, touching, and knowing every facet of a vehicle. But cars is just a small aspect of his success.
For me, I always paid attention. And no matter where technology shifted to, I made sure that we was involved in that technology shift. So when we did go to web, I transitioned and started my company online, whereas my father's company was print first. And it was hard to adapt. Now social media, you know, the confluence of social media really has taken precedence. So I make sure we're involved in that aspect. And you're constantly learning and reinventing yourself as an entrepreneur, because what got you here is not going to get you there. So we all made sure that we were academically on top of our business game, but also socially aware.
And with that combination of business savvy and vehicle expertise, Automotive Rhythms has showcased all around the world. Tell us, what are you looking for when you start reviewing cars?
First and foremost, you're looking at the style.
Yes. This is a beauty right here.
Yeah, this is the new Audi SQ5 2022. So this is more of a performance SUV, smaller, compact. So maybe a couple with one child. And then you go to the bigger Audi, its big sister, the Q8. So now that's just full-blown luxury, every accoutrement you can think of, high performance, and very stylish. Costs quite a bit more too. So it just depends on, you know, what level of the game you're in financially. You know, so once you go from style, now you're like, all right, what are my needs?
And when Kamatni is not busy traveling around the world, he mentors students at HBCUs and educates men about health through his nonprofit, Fit Fathers.
I never thought the automotive world would bring me so many magnificent experiences and opportunities, and it really feels good just getting out in the world, and not only that, but, you know, meeting with other business minds, you know, thought leaders, and seeing what, you know, their thoughts are on certain subjects and what their strategies are. And you bring that back, And, you know, people feel like you still on top of the mountain, like, damn, son, where you get that from? Talking to some sage in some village that, you know, I never thought I would be in. So I am so blessed, but I'm so thankful, you know, for the opportunities. And there's not one thing that comes across me where I don't say thank you to the Most High for the blessings.